You know, there's something almost no one talks about, and it's exactly what keeps people stuck. It's not laziness. It's not lack of opportunities. It's not bad luck. It's the fear of success, yeah. Sounds weird, right? Because logically, you're supposed to be afraid of failure, not success. But let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever noticed that right when things start going well, you somehow mess it up? Like everything is finally working. Opportunities show up. Money starts coming in. People start noticing you. And then suddenly, you pull back. You procrastinate. You overthink. You make decisions that don't even make sense. And later, you sit there thinking, why did I do that? Well, that wasn't random. That's the fear of success. And it goes way deeper than you think. Because consciously, you want success. But subconsciously, you might be afraid of it. And here's the truth. Your subconscious always wins. So if deep inside you believe that success is dangerous, you will do everything to avoid it. Even if you really want it. Not because you're weak, but because your mind is trying to protect you. Even from your own dreams. Let's be real for a second. Why would anyone fear success? First, fear of change. Success means a new version of you. New people, new money, new responsibilities. And your mind loves what's familiar, even if your current life isn't great. It's known. It feels safe. But success, that's unknown. And somewhere inside, there's a quiet thought. What if I can't handle it? You might not hear it directly, but you'll feel it in your actions. Second, fear of judgment. As you grow, not everyone will like it. Some people will envy you. Some will distance themselves. Some will criticize you. And deep inside, you may feel, if I become successful, I'll lose people. So you choose to stay acceptable instead of becoming who you really are. And the third one, fear of responsibility. Because success isn't just exciting, it's decisions, it's consequences, it's ownership, no more blaming. And if somewhere inside you believe, I'm not ready, I can't handle this, you won't let yourself get there. Now here's the most important part. If you recognized yourself in any of this, that's already a huge step, because most people don't even realize they're sabotaging themselves. So what do you do about it? You don't fight the fear. You reprogram it, because fear is not your enemy. It's just a pattern, and patterns can change. First, start noticing in the moment. When you delay something important, ask yourself honestly, am I lazy or am I afraid? Be real with yourself, because most of the time, it's fear. Second, change what success means to you. If success feels dangerous inside, you'll never fully step into it. So you create a new meaning. Success is safe. Success is natural for me. I handle growth with ease. And don't just say it, feel it. This isn't about logic. It's about your state. And third, the most important one, take action despite the fear. Not when it disappears, but with it, because it won't vanish instantly. But every time you move forward, you prove to yourself, I can handle this. And at some point, the fear just loses its power, and you'll notice something quietly. You stop holding yourself back. You stop ruining your own progress. And that's where real success begins. Not when you become someone new, but when you stop blocking yourself. If this resonated with you, write in the comments, I'm no longer afraid of my success, and make sure to subscribe, because we're going deeper in the next videos. And yes, watch this again. Not as motivation, but as a reset, because things like this don't click just once. And remember, you're not afraid of success. You're just not used to being successful yet, but that will change, because anything is possible.